Hi, I'm Rob.
And I'm Angie.
And together we are TwinFinity.
We're twin flames in union who've been sharing our journey to union through a series of videos. This is now video number 42, called The Workshop and the Wedding. And just to clarify, this is not about our workshop in Banff. This is about the Chicago workshop that we went to last year in June and July. The end of June, beginning of July.
Yes. Where are we? We're tucked into a narrow hallway between our living room kitchen areas. So yeah, there's not a lot of room to move in here. We do have our pictures behind us, and I have to be careful how I move here because I've got just a little bit of room this way to the pictures and a little bit of room that way to the edge of the screen, and I don't want my shirt to disappear off the edge of the screen either. So yep, I'm kind of frozen in place. It's a great little area.
Yeah, and just to clarify, these shirts have significance to our story, which is why we are wearing them. For those of you that are Canadian, you will recognize these and you'll be like, it's not Canada Day and it's not Canada 150. What are you doing? Don't worry, we'll explain.
Okay. Recap?
Yes, I think so.
Okay. Recap from our last video. We shared about how great things were going after we got engaged. We were moving forward planning the wedding. Angie and I had a holiday in Hawaii in January of 2017. Angie was there for a week before I got there. While she was away, I met with my karmic one to let her down easy and encourage her to move on since I was getting married. I chose to do this while Angie was away because it was my stuff to clear up, and I didn't want to trigger Angie by telling her what I was doing. Because the twin flame path is the way that it is, and it's one of truth and clearing, Angie found out that I met with my karmic while she was away, and it triggered all the unhealed emotions in her from way back in 1998. It was a very emotional and challenging time in our relationship, but with the help of some synchronistic TF information and videos, along with some good counseling, we were able to work our way through things and heal the past.
So yes, that was probably one of, if not our toughest videos to do.
Yeah, that was a scary, scary time. It was just trying to find glue to keep us good, held together long enough to get through hour to hour, day to day.
And I just wanted to thank you guys. You guys had the nicest, sweetest comments. We were nervous. Well, at least I was. I was nervous to put that video out because it was just like, you know, are we going to get judged? Are people going to think, oh my God, you guys were in union and you still didn't have it together? And like, what's going on? But you all were so kind and so like, I don't know how many of you said, oh my God, we can totally feel your stress and we totally feel for you. And we send you so much love. Like, usually we send you our love. You guys were doing it to us this time. And it was so sweet to read your messages, feel your love, and feel your compassion. So I just really wanted to thank you for that. And also, one thing that we didn't elaborate on in the last video, why, even though we really didn't want to tell that story, one of the reasons we did is because it so exemplifies how this path works. You genuinely are connected with your twin flame. You're the same energy. And you then, therefore, are mirrors for each other. So it's not like your twin flame is a jerk and, you know, a mean person when they're doing all these things that you're like, why are you such a jerk or a creep or whatever? They're simply mirroring what needs to be shown or what needs to come out in you. So, you know, the mirroring isn't always obvious to see. For example, with us, I thought Rob was lying and cheating. Well, it turned out that, you know, I could say, well, I wasn't lying and cheating, so that doesn't reflect me. That's not a mirror about me. But in a way it was, because I was lying and cheating myself. I hadn't healed from the stuff from way back in 1998, 18 years ago. I had not healed that. So I was lying to myself going, no, everything's fine. Even though I wasn't consciously aware I was doing that, I clearly was. I was also cheating myself because I was cheating myself out of the healing I needed to do. So again, whenever your twin flame triggers you, I encourage you to just really go within and figure out, where is this trigger about me? What is this showing me about me? Because it's always about us. It may not be obvious, but it's always reflecting us back to us. Hard lesson sometimes. I also wanted to point out how cool it was. Several of you caught it and we didn't. When we were talking in the video about how I was reading to Rob in my text about explaining what 11:11 means, it was actually 11:11 minutes in the video. I'm like, that's so cool. I had no idea. So it's amazing how you guys pay attention. It's like, wow, so awesome. I'm having to read notes because I have so many things I wanted to comment on. Okay, yeah, so I think that's all about the last video. Now, I also just wanted to mention about the workshop. Since we're talking about workshop, even though we're not talking about our workshop in this video, some people have come to us with concerns that they would love to come, but they thought it was only for those in union. Absolutely not. Just to clarify, it's for anybody. You can be in union, you cannot be in union. Most people that are attracted to these are usually not in union.
Yeah, I'd be expecting that there's going to be more people not in union than in union.
Yeah, because you're there to work and, figure out what struggles you have and connect with other people on the path and go, okay, how did you deal with this? But if you are in union, that's fine too. I mean, we're going to share about our experience going to the Chicago workshop. We were already in union and it deeply impacted us still.
Very much.
So it doesn't matter where you are on the path, whether you're brand new to the path, you've just discovered your twin flame, or you've been on the journey for 20, 30, God bless you, 40 years. No. So yes, just some clarification on that. On that note, also wanted to mention there are still some spots available, not many left, and we I think only have about 2 weeks before we close booking, so just give you a heads up on that. And there is still opportunity for those of you that want to do the trivia. We've got several people already who've given us their answers for the trivia, those that want to win a free trip to the tour of the Rockies. So we're not sure when we're going to draw that. We might do it on the 20th of September, which would be our very, very, very last story video. That'll actually be our bloopers video. Or we may do it as a live video on Facebook. We don't know yet. Feel free, if you have some thoughts, opinions, shout them out to us and we'll figure it out. But yes, we will be drawing for a person to win a free tour. If you are wanting to come to the workshop and you also want to add, your answers for the trivia, we would recommend that you book, pay for everything, and then we'll just refund you if you win, because that way you secure your spot. We don't want anybody missing out because, they were waiting for us to give answers or give the winner. Okay, so I think that's enough housekeeping.
Yeah.
Things. Rob's like, hurry up! I can feel your energy.
As per normal, we do very little together preparation for these, so she has no idea how long I'm going to talk about what, and vice versa.
Now you get first.
I get first shot.
First shot, yep. You're the reader today.
No. Okay, I said, hi, missed your 111 by a lot. Love you too. I was at work and sometimes, 111 or 11:11 would go by and it'd be 2 or 3 hours before I could pick up my phone because things are busy some days.
Yeah, very busy at your work. So this is now May 15th of last year. It feels so weird to actually just say last year in our videos because this was only last year. So I said, here's one for you. Oh, this is a funny joke that I text Rob. When Satan goes bald, there will be hell to pay. In other words, to pay. Yep. I said, yep, a Rob kind of joke for sure, LOL. Sorry, we just had to throw that in because I know some of you like Rob's wacky humor. And then I also said later, hi, TF moment. To pay. Oh, boy.
Oh, hey.
There. Sorry, I should have pointed for you.
Thank you. Oh, yes, I think so in regards to the TF moment. I was typing when your awesome joke came in. LOL. Yes, I love those jokes.
Like that. By the way, I have to just tell you, it's so cool. We're actually sitting in like chairs today. We never get to sit in like chairs. We're always on the floor or on the ground. It's so weird.
Or on the edge of a cliff.
Yes. Obviously, I'm sure you can tell why we're here. We'll explain more about why we're here, but there's wedding pictures in the background since we're talking about our wedding. But first, workshop stuff. All right, speaking of workshop, I said, yay for TF moments. Just reviewed flights for Chicago. We need to get your request into work.
Yeah.
So, yes, this is when we first saw the announcement for the Chicago workshop. This was held last June. It was June 29th, 30th, and July 1st, which was Canada Day. So when I first saw this, I was just wowed because it was 6 people that I already knew that were going to be hosting the workshop. I'll just kind of list them off so you guys can go, oh yeah, I know that. So obviously Dio Vesselinov, who's coming as a host with ours. Marla Kelly, who's also going to be a facilitator at our workshop next month. Debbie Dubois, again, who's also coming to Banff. And then there was also Kalina Malnar, Negla Alshami, and Terry Wilson. So I remember when I saw this on Facebook, I was just blown away because I was like, I know all of these people. I watch all of these people's videos. I read all of these people's stuff. But I didn't know they all knew each other. I was just like, wow. I mean, these are all my heroes. So I was just blown away. But I didn't know if I should go because Rob and I were already in union, and I was like, can you go if you're in union? Are people going to look at us weird? Like, what are you doing here? Why are you here? You're in union. What do you need help for? What do you need guidance for? But I just really wanted to go. So I was showing my boss, and of course, because my boss knows so much about my life, he's like, you have to go. I hadn't even asked for the time off yet, and my boss is already telling me, you have to go to this. So I was laughing at him going, do you realize what kind of a funny boss you are? Like, who tells their employee to take time off work before they even ask? It was hilarious. But he knew before I did that I had to go. So that kind of tells you a little bit about how we got intrigued about going.
Now also when Angie first mentioned that to me, I absolutely felt like we had to go as well. I was already quite enjoying our path. I was learning a little bit more about twin flame stuff, mostly through Angie. I was busy at my work and also trying to do what I like to do with my life. So I would listen to videos, but I wouldn't sit down in front of a computer. I would listen to them if I was around and Angie was listening to videos.
Yeah.
So I already recognized a few of the voices
Yeah.
of these people as they were doing their videos, and Angie was watching them, and I was listening to what was being said, but I wasn't actually stopping myself deliberately to watch more than a couple of minutes at a time over her shoulder, maybe. But I instantly wanted to go. I figured if they were going to be pulling together a conference, workshop, whatever you'd want to call it, that I would want to be there for the first one. Get in on the ground level. I thought it was very important. I didn't really know why, but it just felt like the right thing to do.
Yeah, we both felt such a strong call to be there.
Yes.
And even though, I mean, my logical mind was like, well, what are you going to do there? Like, what for? But yet my soul was like, go! Even so much that my boss was telling me, go! It was funny. Okay, so now this is May 26th of last year, 2017. And I said to Rob, your June 30th day off request has been approved.
Yeah, she got the computer note before I did.
Yes. I'm the one that reads the email, so I see these things. I said, so we need to discuss plans if we still want to go, and if so, we have to book flights. So we were like, oh my God, this is becoming real.
Yeah, and of course, looking at my own schedules and how everything else was, I went, probably going to Chicago.
Yeah.
Yep, that was exciting.
It was becoming real. So then May 29th, just a couple of days later, I text Rob and I said, flights are booked to Chicago. We are going. Oh my God. Because I was super excited now. A little in shock too.
I went, yay. I was just excited.
Yeah, you were, which surprised me. Honestly, one of the other reasons I was leery to go is because I just wasn't sure if Rob was ready for this. I was like, I mean, Rob was slowly embracing twin flameism, but I'm like, to put him in a whole room of other people? Is he going to be freaked out? Is he going to go back to the whole plant aura thing that I've talked about so many times? So I was like, I don't know.
We had another TF moment.
Yay.
I said TF moment, picked up the phone to text you, and I swear not 3 seconds later, your text came in. Yay for us. I was really starting to enjoy these synchronicities.
Yeah. And I said, yay for TF moment. Many hugs to you through your day. And then I also said later that day, by the way, just got off the phone from booking the Chicago hotel. I said, in a month, we'll be in Chicago. Oh my God. So it's becoming real.
I'm excited for Chicago. Nervous about being around such spiritually advanced individuals. Maybe I wasn't that confident. We're going to have to coach me a bit. I do not know their points of view very well. Love you. Yeah, I as much as I'd been listening to videos along the way, I still didn't quite have a firm grasp because I wasn't completely paying attention. But I figured I'd just wing it. I'd done so many rounds of growth already, and I'd started to recognize that so many of my steps along the way had prepared me for the next step. So
good point.
It was just a leap of faith that I was going to be able to go to Chicago and be able to well, I was thinking of survive all this.
And that's what my concern was. I was like, oh man, is he ready for this? Like, I don't know. Especially if you know Kalina Malnar, she does light language. And I was like, that might be too much for reach for Rob. If he sees light language, he might just want to be like, what is this? So I was leery about him coming, but I'm like, okay, we feel called to go, we'll go. So anyway, back to our text. I said, I love when we have super connected TF days like today. Your comments about Chicago make me smile because I was just watching a video with 2 of the conference ladies in it. It was actually the one with Marla Kelly and Negla El-Shami. And I get nervous about seeing them in person. I was so nervous because like these were my heroes. These were like, I was starstruck. So I was like, oh my God, I'm so excited to see these people, but sorry, I got like a weird thing in my throat all of a sudden. But I was like, I desperately wanted to go, but I was like, oh my God, see these people? So I said also, I had the same thought that I should at least pull one of each of the videos up from these people. Sorry, guys. So you can kind of meet them ahead of time. You, I, and we will do fine. We are meant to be there. Love you too. Okay, and then I said, I've been reading and copying our text for wedding vow ideas and inspiration. So all the while that we're planning our trip now to Chicago for this workshop, we're also planning the wedding and the honeymoon.
Because the wedding's only about 3.5 weeks after Chicago.
Yes.
Still all got do things now going on at the same time.
Exactly.
Almost.
So I had a lot on my plate with Chicago and wedding and honeymoon and work.
I said, hi, just thinking of you lots. Love you.
Aww, so sweet text. And I said, aw, you're so sweet. Thank you. You're probably feeling my whacked out energy, just buzzing. And for no reason, really, that I know of. Love you too.
You're on overdrive.
I was. There's too much stuff.
The next step is crash and burn. Except the Chicago trip will be awesome and recharging. Oh, 11/11. Love you.
So I was starting to gain faith. I mean, when Rob's saying the Chicago trip's going to be awesome and recharging, I was like, okay, he's ready for this. Wow.
Or at least I thought it was going to be calm and recharging and no or low stress.
Oh, it's you again. Look at that.
Me?
You. You're popular.
We talked a little bit more about the pressures we were both going through, and I said, yep, feeling pressures too. Month-end accounting stuff especially. Just can't do it all in time. Love you. Yay for Chicago.
So we had both a lot going on with work and wedding and everything else, but it was just like, it didn't matter. Chicago was like the most important thing in our lives at that point. We just like had to go.
Not the wedding 3 weeks later, no.
No,
But
that
Chicago.
wasn't important at all. So, we'll tell you a little bit now about Chicago because, of course, we don't have any text because we were there together.
Yep.
So do you want to share first what your experiences were?
Well, yes, I'll get started on this. First of all, it was just a casual observation about Ange. When we got to the conference hotel, Angie was very, very nervous because she knew she was just minutes away from bumping into people or potentially meeting people that she'd seen on videos all the time. And she was really nervous about actually meeting them and what she would say. Myself, I was just antennas wide open and expectations low. I was just going to try to be in the moment. When we first got into the room and I started to realize anyway, that especially since we were all sitting in a circle, I sensed the equality amongst everyone. And everything started out with them passing a microphone around from person to person, just as everyone doing a quick introduction of who they were. And I started to feel two things. A little bit more secure about being in this group, because there was also a lot of attendees to the conference, not just the facilitators, but attendees that seemed to be very, very well connected, very advanced individuals. But at the same time, I also felt everybody's humanness and openness and acceptance, and the energy. The energy in the room was completely electric. If you could have the hum of a transformer in the background, except at a level that you couldn't hear it, you could just feel the hum. That's what I was feeling. The air was vibrating, but it wasn't noisy. It was just a sensation. It was something like I had never felt before, but it felt very, very homey to me. It felt like a nice warm bubble bath, really.
I like that, bubble bath. Getting like hugged and warm. Anything else?
Well, that was the start.
Okay.
This is going to be a little bit hard for us to tell from some respects because we have very little written documents and we're going out of our memories of what was highlights.
And even though that was only last year, that feels like forever ago because our time has just like it's taken us so far.
So yeah, this is just going to be a recounting of what we remember. And if we jump back and forth a little bit, forgive us. It's just fun to talk about.
And on the note, just to go back to what I was just saying about, we've gone so far since that. That's what I think is so amazing about workshops. They propel you so far forward. When you meet with other like-minded individuals and share energy, your whole experience, your whole life gets propelled faster forward. Wow, it transformed both of us. Rob especially. I mean, I was blown away when he came back. He was like a different person. I'm like, who are you? But I'll let him maybe share more about that after. So yeah, for me, I was nervous. Keep in mind, I'm, the introvert, the highly sensitive, feel everybody's energy. And I was meeting my heroes, and I was literally starstruck. Like when they all walked in the room, I was like, and I remember even saying that when it was my turn to speak. I said that I was starstruck. And I mean, looking back, it's kind of silly to say that, but yet not. Now, looking back, these are our dearest friends. Dio, Marla, Negla, all of them, Terry, Kalina. We connect with Debbie, yes. We connect with all of these people, on a regular basis. And they're not like some far out people out there that aren't reachable and more advanced. And no, we're all equals. And that's what I loved about the whole experience in Chicago. One of the things that was said that really, really impacted me, and I think I mentioned this in one of our other videos, is that we are all teachers and we are all students. In other words, there's nobody up here while the rest of us are down here. It's not like that at all. And that was so welcoming for me.
It takes many brush strokes to paint a picture. and each individual there was like a stroke of paint in a picture.
Yeah. There's another one of your amazing analogies.
Yeah.
Gotta add that one to the analogy book.
It's just kind of how it felt. Together it was a beautiful time. I believe it was on the second evening. A few of us got together. It was most of the facilitators and a few of the rest of us that could still keep our eyes open, because it was a little bit draining, a little bit tiring at times.
Well, and especially they were long days.
Yeah.
Because they were up till like late at night, and some of us aren't late night people.
We all went out to one of the few restaurants that was still open, and it was neat to sit there with those people. All masks were off. We were still occasionally talking about spiritual stuff or TF stuff, but we were also real people. Everybody was still a real person. You know, kids at home, work to do with jobs and everything else, and flights to catch for going home the next day and everything else. So
struggles on the twin flame path.
Yeah.
You know, whether you're a facilitator or not, it doesn't mean your life's all easy and wonderful all the time. Our computer's freezing, so I'm just going to give it a little wake up here and see if it'll behave.
Yeah. So yeah, it was very interesting to see not only the spiritual side of these people, but the real 3D side.
Yeah.
It was again very homey. It was a beautiful, beautiful setting.
Yes. So where our shirts tie into this is, of course, it was Canada Day when we were there.
July 1st is Canada's national birthday, sort of like July 4th from the United States.
Yeah.
So we wore these T-shirts on the day of the conference.
We did.
That was Canada's birthday. We had to hold the flag for ourselves. Yay!
Yes. In fact, we'll add some pictures at the end so you can see us in our Canada Day shirts from the workshop. It was awesome. We felt so fun being twins wearing twin shirts. And since it was Canada Day's 150, that's why our shirts actually say 150. It was Canada's 150th birthday.
150th birthday, yeah. It wasn't a minor milestone. It was a major milestone.
But even that, we were willing to miss it. We were like, we don't care. We want to be at this workshop no matter what. Doesn't matter if we got wedding stuff on the go. Doesn't matter if we got work stuff. Doesn't matter about Canada Day. We're going.
Yeah.
So we were committed. I just wanted to look at my notes, although I don't even know where they are, so maybe I'll skip that. I have notes because there was other things I was going to share about the workshop, but as they come to me, I'll mention it. Oh, yes, one of the biggest things I wanted to say is the friends we made. Oh, my goodness. So many friends, and we are still connected with these people now. It's not like you just make friends and then, you never speak to them again. You stay connected, and they're like your dearest soul friends. They're true family. Kelly McKinstry, who is going to be a facilitator at our Banff workshop, was one of those people that we just deeply connected with. Another one, we're going to show you at the end of the video, something that she gave us as a gift that just amazing. I'm speechless because I'm just like, wow, it changed our lives. So yeah, just meeting the people, it's just your soul family. It's like, wow, I know you. So I walked in nervous and shy, and I walked out just complete social butterfly talking with everybody, because how can you not? They're your family.
A couple of other things that I'd like to share too is that as people were telling their stories, like along the way of, and throwing in their comments of where they were on the path, some people were really struggling with the path, almost to the point where they felt resentful of even being on the path. Like, why am I even on this path? It's so hard and so painful. And other people were happy to be on the path, but very discouraged that they seemed to be a long ways away from their twins. Other people were concerned about the path, but actually not far away from being with their twin, but they didn't really know how much longer that was going to take. And then there was Angie and I, and there was also 3 other couples that were in union. They were there, so it was a complete mix of where people were at as far as being on that journey.
Yeah.
And I also would like to get you to talk a little bit about the evening that you were down and out, the evening that you were overloaded. Yes. Yeah,
because I'm highly sensitive and I didn't do enough grounding, I just was not well the night That was the Saturday night.
Yeah, the second night, the night that I hooked up with everybody else at the restaurant.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, one of the things that's very, very important at these workshops that we all learned, I mean, this was new for everybody, right? So one of the things we learned is grounding. Very, very, very important. So we'll talk in the next video about the Boston workshop we went to. In that one, there was grounding every day. And of course, in ours, in the Banff workshop, there will definitely be grounding every day. And also, it's nice that, for the Banff one, it's going to be out in nature. So you get lots of grounding just with that. So yeah, I learned a huge lesson about grounding, about my own energy and how to shield my energy, how to not pick up everybody else's stuff.
Yeah, Ange was bedridden for about 12 hours.
Yeah.
You were quite sick, and then once you got going again, you were okay. But yeah, her system took her down. She self-grounded.
But the awesome lesson in that was one of the questions. So again, the model we're using is Dio's model that he used in the last two workshops, the Chicago and the Boston. And how he does it is the Friday night, you all get to just ask questions. So we write down everybody's questions, or you get to write them down. And then through the weekend, we answer questions, and we all get to discuss and talk about them. So it's, again, not just facilitators standing in a microphone lecturing to you. It's all of us sitting in a circle, sharing together. And it was neat that my question was answered exactly when I needed it. Divine timing. Don't I always talk about divine timing? On the Sunday, after I'd been sick on the Saturday night, my question was, how do I learn how to manage my energy better because I'm highly sensitive? Well, wouldn't you know, my question got answered when I was ready to have the answer. And Kalina answered it, and she told me about crystals to use and all sorts of different things. Salt baths, which I had no idea about at that point, using, I want to say Himalayan salts, but that's so not the case, although that would probably work too. Epsom salts, there we go. So yes, I learned so much, and it was perfect timing because I was ready to be serious and take action on how to care for my body and my energy better after being sick the night before. So again, love the divine timing. Not to say you're going to get sick coming to a workshop. It's just how I needed to manage my own energy.
Now, also, my energy got messed up a bit too. I was buzzing so much. My brain was not actually operating properly in the 3D. I was a bit overloaded, but it was like taking in and processing so much.
You processed a huge amount.
To the point that I wasn't even keeping track of anything, even that I normally would just off the top of my head, which would be like time. I had lost track of time. Do you want to talk about the end of the workshop, right after the workshop? Do we want to share that?
Okay, we got to hurry, though, because we're probably getting tight on time here.
Okay.
Speaking of time.
Yes, the workshop ended. We had to travel back to the airport. We got to the airport. We looked at our watches and went, yeah, we got lots of time. We walked over to the gate. Yeah, okay, there's time. We went over, had a bit of supper, went back to our gate. Everything was empty. Nobody there. Then we found someone to ask a question to and found out that we had screwed up our boarding times and had missed our flight home. Isn't that just wonderful? I guess they'd been paging us, but we had walked far enough away that we were outside of the paging range. So here we were munching away on supper while our airplane was taking off. Great.
Yeah.
I would normally never do that, and nor would Angie. But we did it. We missed our flight.
Yeah, another awesome lesson. We learned so much from all of that. Oh my goodness.
So if I was
stay calm together.
So if I was going to make a claim that I just sailed through it and just took in a bunch of stuff and was all wowed, that would not be true. I was scrambled eggs by the time we were done. I was just bouncing around all over the place. So, yep, that was the end of that. We got home. I was a little bit late for work the next day because we slept at the Toronto airport overnight. We got that far and then caught a flight that got me to work about 3 hours late.
But you made it.
I got there. Life continued on.
Yep. Yep. So on that note, it's funny. This is kind of where our texts tie back in. I said this was July 5th, so just a couple days after the workshop. I said, feeling really blah and apathetic this morning. Dunno why. And dunno, I wrote D-U-N-N-O. Again, our weird, funny ways of texting.
I said, I'm feeling the same. Just a theory for me, but I've just spent a weekend being totally connected to some souls with a similar background, and I'm thinking I'm feeling a connection loss hangover. This is a first for me, but we were warned that it would take a week to rebalance. I'm surprised I feel it this much, but then again, much changed in me. Maybe more than I know. Love you.
Yes, much changed in him big time. But I loved his words. Where was that? A connection loss hangover.
Yeah, here
So
I'd been
funny.
just vibrating in this beautiful energy with a bunch of people, and then it was, not saying there's anything wrong with our energy, but it was just Angie and I again.
It's like,
And I
where's
was-
our people?
Yeah.
We miss our people. Because, you know, you connect with family, right?
Yeah.
So, it's just so funny. Connection loss hangover. And I said, you're brilliant. Thank you. I was lecturing myself this morning, telling myself I should be happy. Your theory makes total sense. Love you too. Now, again, we've all learnt, facilitators and attendees have learnt from the first workshop, the Chicago one. We now, in the Boston one, did lots more grounding to help everybody that are, of course, many of us are sensitive. And we also did some energy work at the end so that we didn't come home feeling that connection loss hangover.
Or at least not as bad.
Yeah. So we'll apply those same techniques at our workshop. So it's not like this whole, oh my God, I miss my people so much. So you go away feeling good, not sad. So this is now July 11th of 2017 at 1:11 in the day. And I said, 1:11, at lunch I watched Dio's video about the conference. And he shares about us and the other couples, without using names, of course. Cool. So I was like, wow, Dio talked about us in his video. I was just like, oh my God.
Still a little bit of heroing going on there, I think.
There's one spot for you down there, I think.
Oh, yes, it was July 11th. I said, yes, happy 11 day.
Yeah.
Oh, we're
So
there.
yes, we're at the end of this text pack and the end of
But
conference stuff, unless you have more to share on it.
no, I don't.
All right, so now,
Hang on, we need a few seconds.
because we're strange people,
Hang
if
on.
you're going to talk about two different topics, you have to have two different outfits. So now we have to change into wedding outfits. Workshop in Canada Day is over, so don't mind us. Okay, I'm going to watch this video back and go, oh my God, we're crazy. All right, so now it's wedding time.
Wedding time.
Wedding time. Now we need our second text pack. Hi, we're new people today.
This is July 18th. Oh yeah. I just got my my wedding ring from the jeweler. This is still a few days before the wedding, and it was too tight, a little too tight. So I said, ring going up a half a size, picking it up Thursday. Love you. Now
Yeah.
Thursday would be 5 days before the wedding.
Now, do you want to show them this and tell them
Oh
about that?
yeah.
Because it's really cool.
Yeah, you know, I had also drawn my own ring, but I'd done that about a year. About a year before. So around the time that we.
Not a year before.
Not even.
Only-
No.
No.
Oh, just few. Oh, that's right
It
too.
was after the workshop you did.
After
It
the-
was after
okay.
Chicago.
But I had been thinking of it, but it had taken a while to actually come to a fruition in my mind as to what I wanted. I wanted hearts. I wanted an R and an A, and I wanted a T and an F for twin flame.
Now, what is absolutely amazing about that to me, number one, this is where the Chicago workshop, Twin Flame workshop, totally changed and impacted Rob. I mean, for anybody, let alone a man, to have TF on their ring, and then to have, well, this one doesn't show it, but his actual ring.
Should I show it?
Yeah.
Oh, wait. I'm going to have to get really, really close to the camera. Where are we? Right there. Twist that way. There's my blue heart. There is our birthstones inside of the heart. There's the R. And there's the A. Now, I actually had TF on one side. And I had him inscribe a couple little twin flames joined in the middle on the other. I eventually added that to the ring. That's still my creation.
Yeah.
So anyway, there is my ring.
Is that not incredible? I mean, okay, remember, for those of you that have been watching our videos for a long time, this is the man that couldn't even handle me talking about angels or fluffing his aura, his plant's aura. And now he puts TF and twin flames on his ring.
And hearts.
And hearts?
Yeah.
Wow!
Yes, I'd wanted something unusual, but I hadn't been able to quite put my finger on it. But after the Chicago conference, it tweaked in my mind that if Angie was going to have a heart on her ring, like a heart-shaped stone, I didn't want a heart-shaped stone, but I could make stones into a heart shape. And from that, the design just blew right into my mind.
Amazing. I was blown away. I had zero impact or zero input, thank you, on him doing this. This was all his own volition. And I was just, when he drew this for me, I was just, wow, like, who are you? Who is this man that I knew all those years ago? You're not the same person, but I like you. You could stay. We'll keep you. Now, speaking of rings, I'm going to tell the story about my ring. If you remember from our last couple stories, I was saying when we were designing my ring, I was trying to go back into my journals to find where I had drawn it. Well, I realized later I was looking in the wrong spot. I was looking in my journals from when Rob and I were still together, thinking that would be obvious of when I would have drawn it. No, apparently it was after we broke up that I drew it. So it's in my journal from way back, May 8th of 1998, that I drew my ring.
So that was a full year later. So that would be a half a dozen journals. So that's a long time.
It took
That's
so
why she
long
couldn't
to
find
find
it.
it. Oh, and I forgot. I was afraid I was going to forget.
Oh, yes.
Conversation. I have to have my tiara because our camera's weird. It's going to be crooked. There we go. I haven't worn this since our wedding, but I've threatened so many times. I'm going to wear this while I'm cleaning the house. Well, I get to wear it when I do a video.
I see. I just can't exactly imagine the tiara with a house coat while she's cleaning the house. Yeah, okay.
Do a picture. I might not show you a picture. So this is what my ring ended up to be.
This is really hard to do.
It is so hard to do.
Everything's backwards on the screen. I was struggling too.
So my ring ended up to be exactly what I had drawn without even finding the drawing until after we had designed the ring. The only difference is how I had always drawn the ring is a heart that went like...
It was a case sideways.
Yeah. But because of the way designing works, they said, no, it wouldn't be stable to do it that way. So they did it top and bottom. And then enclosed the heart that way. And I'm like, well, whatever. It still works. I don't care.
It's still nice when it's all put together.
Yes.
It was nice. It was nice to be able to put it all together on that day too.
Yes, and I hadn't seen it all together ahead of time.
Do we have anything more to read before we run into?
We do, but I also wanted before we. I guess we can read about rings, and then I'll finish other puzzle stuff.
Yeah, puzzle next.
Yes. So you had read that your ring was ready.
Yeah,
right?
Ring ready. Actually, I haven't read that yet, but it is now.
Oh, okay. Then we'll go back because so your friend had called saying that she wasn't going to be coming to the wedding. This is his longtime friend. And actually, she's the one that told me to get the pink stone. I wanted an iridescent stone like this. Actually, I'm glad I'm wearing this. I wanted that as a heart-shaped stone. And she said, no, get a pink sapphire. So it's so funny. I ended up with the ring that I drew even without even planning this journey. You know, it's weird, it's crazy, it's synchronistic.
Angie, I think, was quite set on a sapphire. I wanted to get a heart-shaped pink diamond, but Angie said no we didn't have to go that crazy.
It's a ring. It's like
it's a ring.
Not paying thousands of dollars for a pink diamond. I'm too practical. I'm like, yeah. So anyway, the friend that had recommended that I get the pink stone,
she couldn't make it.
Yeah.
Because she was highly sensitive to smoke, and we were enshrouded in forest fire smoke at that time of that year.
Yes.
It was very smoky. Sometimes couldn't even barely see across a mountain valley.
Yes. And what's so funny is I had been manifesting, because this is what I do. So here's my list of manifesting for the wedding. And one of the things, I think it's the top thing, was about weather. So I was manifesting, yeah, weather perfect. Sunny and warm, but not hot, comfortable. Because for our wedding, we were planning to have a morning wedding, then lunch for all of our guests, and then go golfing, and then have dinner afterwards for anybody that was staying late enough. So we needed decent weather, and we were having an outdoor wedding.
We both enjoy golfing once in a while. and
yeah, I enjoyed it last this year.
And we were getting married at a fancy golf course in the mountains. So yeah, it made total sense that we would have a round of golf built in sometime during wedding time.
Yeah.
And it actually ended up being during wedding day.
Yes, it was.
That was really nice. Really nice of Angie to go for that.
I was like, you mean I have to take off my pretty pink dress? This isn't the dress I wore, but the dress
It's very
I wore.
close.
Yeah, well, actually, you can see it up in those pictures.
In the pictures.
Not that I can do that properly. But yeah, it's way too complicated to wear and put on. So I'm like, I won't make Rob tie it all up for a video. So what was amazing is my manifesting. I'm going to take credit. Maybe I'm wrong, but my manifesting worked. Because we had forest fires in the province over, it was so smoky in the mountains. The days before the wedding and even the very day after, one of our friends texted us a picture the day after, and I mean, you couldn't see across the mountains.
It was smokier than ever the day after.
Yes.
The day of, the wind had shifted that day. It was almost perfectly clear.
Yes.
You could see at least 3 mountain ranges if you were high enough.
Yeah.
But you'd never know that it was smoky from all the pictures or anything else like that. It was a very, very clear day. And that clarity in the atmosphere started just at the end of the day before the wedding and was gone by the morning after the wedding. So one day, it was warm out, no smoke.
Yep.
Darn it, my friend could have come to the wedding. But she wouldn't have been able to survive the morning after and the day before either.
So that's, again, just to tell you, manifesting works. We are powerful beings. We have the ability to create and even affect weather. And everything that I had manifested, our guests being happy, the food being awesome. Oh my God, the food was amazing.
Yum. Most
people at their wedding don't even remember their food. I remember the food. It was spectacular. That soup was like
butternut squash soup to die for.
Yeah.
Except we didn't die for it.
No, we didn't. And pictures, I wrote, we get all that we wanted. Oh my goodness, we had such an awesome photographer, and we got more than all we wanted for pictures. She did such a great job. So yeah, everything turned out so perfect on that day. I just wanted to see if there's anything else that we didn't cover on here.
Yeah, a little bit before the wedding, we had puzzle problems.
Yeah, we'll talk about the puzzle problems. Yes. So yes,
we had a puzzle problem, or was it a puzzling problem?
If you may remember, way back a week after Rob and I met, back in 1998, we met July 27th of 1998, and we also got married July 20. No, what did I just say? Did I say July 27th?
Yeah.
No, I'm wrong. July 25th. Apparently, I don't even know my own wedding date. We met July 25th, 1997. We got married July 25th, 2017. So 20 years exactly from the day. And when we met, a week after we met was Rob's birthday. So I had made him this puzzle. I just was inspired. It just came to me.
It's a puzzle. It's a bunch of puzzle pieces full of our favorite words so far.
It's too bad it reflects.
And on the back, yeah, we got reflection. That's what we get for not testing everything. Was a picture of our day. The mountains, the reverse sunset. Yes.
The tour of the Rockies day that Rob took me on.
So it was how long before the wedding? You were looking at putting this all together, and she had taken this puzzle to the place with the picture frames and whatnot.
Yes.
And when she got home, she realized that some of the pieces had gone missing.
And lost some pieces of our puzzle. He kept this puzzle all these years, and it's in my possession for only days, and then I go and lose pieces. I was devastated.
She went back and found a couple of the pieces lying in the parking lot, but there was one gone. I went back and searched for a couple hours over that parking lot, over a couple of stretches. Couldn't find it.
And what's amazing, it's in our text, but we'll just tell you the story. What's so cool is when I lost them, it was a Saturday because I was, off work, and so going to the craft store to get the right frame. And it was a Tuesday or a Wednesday that I finally noticed the pieces were missing. Well, in between that time frame, we had this big rain and windstorm, and I just thought there's no way I'm going to find these pieces, but I had to give it everything I had. I mean, I was devastated to lose this puzzle that I had made him, and he kept for me all these years. So I went back, and it's first thing in the morning that I discovered this, so I text my boss, and I said, I'm sorry, but I'm going to be late. I lost puzzle pieces, and I didn't even ask. I'm just like, I'm going to be late. My puzzle is like critical. And so...
Wasn't the final piece the one that couldn't be found? Angie went ahead and remade the piece. We had pictures of the puzzle.
Yes.
So she was able to remake the piece, but it was wasn't it piece number 17?
Yep.
Piece number 17, the word on that puzzle piece is communication. Isn't that neat?
And I'm going to read you the text I wrote Rob about that. If I can find it. Here. I said, I'm home from scouring the parking lot and curbsides again, plus inside the store too. Still not found. But some cool realizations were discovered. The piece that's missing is communication. That's the word on the lost piece of the puzzle. Significant message, I believe. A reminder for always that communication in our relationship is the most important. And if we're ever struggling in our relationship, communication is the missing piece. Cool way to look at this event.
Yes.
So I was starting to see the blessing in disguise in all of this. Now you can see, if I hold it up really close, and if I get... So that's the one that I remade. That's one that was lost but found, and you can kind of see that it's weathered, and that was the other one that was lost but then found. So again, lucky enough, or I should say blessed enough, not even lucky, those two pieces were stuck outside for days in a wind and rainstorm, and they survived. I was like, oh, our puzzle. I was literally in tears when I lost pieces.
Lots and many tears.
So again, the gifts of this path, right? There's always a message. There's always a reason. There's always a synchronicity. And for us, it was about communication. Is there anything else that you wanted to talk about on the wedding day?
No, the wedding day itself was just an amazing day. I can't think of anything that went wrong on wedding day. It just all kind of worked.
Glad you said that. There was one thing that went wrong, but it was nobody else would know. This is again how much Rob started to grow. I mean, he was already growing a lot, just, us being in union. But the Chicago workshop just shifted him so much to the point he was the one that said he wanted to get married and be pronounced husband and wife at 11:11 in the morning. And I'm like, wow, I wouldn't have thought of that. He was also the one that wanted the words twin flames spoken in our vows. And again, I'm like blown away. I'm like, I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have had the guts to do that personally.
Sure, something along the lines of to spend our lives together as twin flames.
Yes. So that was what we were both supposed to say in our vows, but it ended up I was the only one that said it because the way the vows ended up.
The way the vows ended up going is we'd given numerous copies, and final draft. Mine wasn't the final draft that was in the hands of the person doing our wedding.
Yeah. So I was the only one to say the TF stuff, but we knew what our intentions were, so it worked out okay. But can you believe that? This is how much your twin flame can change, and this is why we're telling you this, is to remember that what you see now is not maybe what is possible and not what they can grow into. I mean, we're talking about this man from 20 years ago that had no interest in spirituality and had no draw to this stuff and thought it was a nutcase. And now he's the one suggesting we get pronounced at 11:11 in the morning and that we have the words twin flames in our vows. Crazy. Crazy amazing.
And I don't think that that's crazy, but she's the one that's seen the big difference. And when I think about it, yeah, a few things have changed. It's just kind of felt
Yeah.
natural along the way for me.
Yeah. So transition does happen. So have faith. Don't give up. I also wanted to read this last bit in our text. This was now July 31st. So we had been married just a couple days because we got married July 25th.
Yeah, a couple of days from July 25th is July 31st. It's just a math quiz, that's all.
Couple of days.
I'm in trouble now.
Maybe they don't change that much. Never mind everything I just said. Forget it all.
Uh-oh, I'm turning red.
It's because you can feel me throwing daggers at you.
No.
So I text Rob on July 31st, which is only a couple days after July 25th.
Just a couple of 6 days.
And I said, hi, hope your Monday isn't beating you up too much. Just wanted to wish you a happy 20th anniversary ago of climbing Castle Mountain. At this time, 20 years ago, we were starting our scramble. Yay, us. Love you, my wonderful husband.
Yes, that's right. Castle Day. Love you.
So if you remember from just a few videos ago, we did our video at Castle Mountain. And because that mountain was so significant to our journey back when we first met, and then it was significant to our journey from getting engaged, we also made it our wedding invitation.
Castle Mountain in the background with the train that we eventually would take as part of a two-piece honeymoon.
Yes, that's why we had that picture done there. And this is actually real. This is not photoshopped. We were in front of that spot with that train in the background at the perfect time. My mom took the perfect picture. And then we just added we're getting married, and we were the M.
We were already the M, just had to splice in the letters.
Yes.
But the train and the mountain and us were all there.
Yes.
One frame.
Yes. So you just never know on this journey. A mountain that we climbed many, many years ago became significant all the way along on our journey, right down to our wedding invitation. So there's hope. Never, ever give up hope on this path.
Okay.
I think we're done unless you have anything else to share. We had so many notes because it was like, there's just not all text, right? It was like, okay, we got to remember to do this. And I think I said everything I wanted to say.
We're going to remember things that we didn't say.
No.
It's going to happen.
No. I remembered my tiara, the most important thing.
I'm starting to get warm in my suit jacket. I could add that.
All right, you guys, we love you so much. We thank you for your kind comments, your wonderful love. And remember, as always, to connect with your twin, go within, because you truly are one. We love you, and we will catch you in one more video.
Bye.
Bye.